when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Or what you gonna do? Or what you gonna do when they come for you?
When they come for you. What's up? Welcome to the Bad Boys Live. Speaking your truth through our sharing what we've overcome to help lead you towards financial, emotional, and spiritual freedom so we can all live a happy and purposeful life. My name is Alex, ThatMan, the flipper formerly known as ThatMan. This is my buddy, Oscar and Cubanaso. Say what's up to the peoples, Oscar.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Bad Boys Live Sunday night, 9 p.m. I hope everybody's had a great weekend so far and looking forward to this week. Thank you, everyone, for jumping on, hanging out with us, and joining us. We got an interesting show, good topic, so hope you guys stick around. Make sure to hit the thumbs up on your way in. Share this video. Put it out on Facebook, Twitter. Share it with somebody so they can also come and join us.
Definitely share it so that we can get as many people as possible on here. We're trying to change lives. Starts with you. So we need your help for that. So thank you guys for showing up. Remember what we're all about is we believe that everybody has an experience, and our experiences are gifts given to us so that we can give to others, because at the end of the day, we feel that our experiences are the only thing that no one can take away from us, but we can freely and generously give to anyone at any time. All right. In the future, we'll be having guests on here sharing their experiences, whether it's overcoming a struggle, whether it's just an incredible life, or just sharing their wisdom, period. So definitely stay tuned for that. And if you're wanting to be a part of that, email me at fatmantheflipper@gmail.com. And besides that, let's get on with the show, man. This is how we do it. So normally what we're going to be doing is just sharing what we've learned throughout the week, something that, came to us. And for me, it was giving up, right? I was watching a video by Grant Cardone. It just showed up, and I said, let me watch this. And he was talking about giving up and how giving up is the very first step towards success, right? Being successful in anything in life. Sometimes you got to give up to be able to move forward, to be able to achieve the things you want to achieve, right? And I resonated with that because, as y'all know, I'm a drug addict in recovery. I got a little over 6 years clean and sober from drugs, from alcohol. And now I'm almost 4 months in on a whole new recovery process, like my actual physical health. And today I woke up finally 101 pounds lighter than I was when I first started, since February 11th, basically. So less than 4 months, I've lost over 101 pounds of body fat, not muscle, not bone, not brain. Because if anything, I feel smarter. All right. I feel more focused. I feel more concentrated, but I had to give something up to be able to even start that process. Like I had to give up this old lifestyle of how I was eating. Like I had to give up, being quiet about it. I had to be honest and open about it. I had to reach out to people. There were a lot of things that I had to give up. There were relationships in my life that were very venomous. They were bringing me down. They were holding me back, and I had to give up friendships. Okay, so giving up is a big step. And I think that's a good topic. We're going to get right into it. First, I want to say what's up to a few of y'all, because I see some of y'all up in the chat. What's up, Talbers, bro? How you doing? I don't want to move. I don't want to put, let me see if I could. Let me see if it's going to give me a problem. Okay, it's going to give me a problem, so I'm not going to put y'all's names up, but I'll say what's up to y'all. Talbers, mom, what's up? Auctions for you. What's up, T? We got Ed Cubanaso. I know that guy. We got Denise. We got Virginia. We got Darlene. What's up? And if you guys are watching from YouTube or Facebook, actually, if you're watching from Facebook, you want to come over to YouTube. That way the rest of the chat can see you and you can interact with people, talk and get to know each other. That'd be the best way. If not, you can stay on Facebook, stay for a little while, whatever you want. We got She Sells by Sue. What's up, Sue? Hey, Sue, I got something coming to you in the mail. By the way, that reminds me, for those of you watching, y'all know that I eat like brownies and pudding and chocolate chip pancakes and like these these uh these chocolate chip peanut butter bars that taste like Snickers. Like I eat some really good things called.
I can't finish that sentence for him. I don't know what it's called.
Now there's three of us.
And now there's
I
two.
don't know what happened there. Yeah, no, there's two. So, like I was saying, I don't know. Was that coming in choppy?
No, you just left for a second, and then it was doing the little loading screen, and then now you're back. The last thing you were saying, you were doing something that was called, and then it cut off.
Yeah, I don't understand a word you're saying now. Great. So
Take down.
if you understand me, just
take down Talbert's mom's comment from the screen. Maybe that'll help.
oh, you know what else it is? I got this open. Maybe that'll help. I can't. It's not doing it. So her comment is up for me. I don't know if it actually
No, it's,
went
it's
away.
gone. It's gone now.
All right, cool. So I eat these amazing things called fueling. One of them is a brownie, and I want to give you a brownie. All right. So if you want a brownie, all right, like a brownie, and it takes 2 minutes to make. All right. It
Takes 2 minutes to make. It tastes absolutely delicious. It's chocolate. It's healthy, even though it's a brownie. You can have it with milk. I think Alex will tell you if you can have it with milk or not.
It's just happening again. You know, that's what it is. I'm gonna get a Starlink thing. There's a thing called Starlink. The dude at the little store told me to get it. I'm gonna see if I could actually get it and see if it works.
Let me ask you a question. Can you have
Okay.
that brownie with milk?
You can do whatever you want with the brownie. I'm just gonna give you a brownie. You can eat it with milk. You can eat it with Coca-Cola. You can do whatever you want with it.
Right,
I want you to try it. Yeah, you can do whatever you want with it. You're not gonna eat this brownie and lose 100 pounds, but you can see the things that I consume 5 times a day, plus the meals that you guys see me prepare, that you guys see me put on Facebook and stuff, and Instagram and stuff. I make those meals myself. Very simple meals, which that goes to another topic. But I just want to give people a brownie because I want people to see that, oh, it doesn't take, because people think, because that's what I used to think. I used to look at stuff like that and be like, yo, that probably tastes like crap, right? It tastes like whey protein, or it tastes like a diet brownie. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it tastes like a brownie. You know what I'm saying? It tastes good. It's sweet. It's delicious. All right. So I actually spent a couple $100 on some brownies. All right. And I'm having them sent. They should be here in a couple weeks. So if you want a brownie,
if you want a brownie, you got to send Alex an email at, I don't even know if he changed his email, but you need to answer a complex mathematical equation, and it has to be correct. And then you got to show your work. And if you get it right, he's going to send you a brownie and a cup of milk for your brownie. It's not a bad boy show if we don't have technical difficulties.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I mean, hey, I hope this is better. I switched to my regular Wi-Fi. But anyway, I'm gonna give y'all a brownie. If you want a brownie, I'm gonna hook you up with a brownie. I'll throw a little thank you card in there and all that. I'll pay for the shipping. You don't have to worry about a single thing.
I told them that they gotta solve a complex mathematical equation and show their work if they want to get the brownie.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. You don't gotta do nothing. I'll send you a brownie on me. You'll make it. You'll try it. If you like it, cool. If you don't, whatever. I'm pretty sure you'll like it, and you'll be shocked at the fact that I can eat that 5 times a day and lose weight and feel good and have energy and not, and like burn fat. It's not about losing weight; it's about burning fat. It's pretty amazing. I have another bunch of awesome news that I'll be coming up with, but I think I'm gonna wait for one thing. But definitely, I will be putting out videos. I got the schedule. I'm still kind of working on it, but in 2 weeks, guaranteed, the first video will come out, and it'll be showing y'all how I make these meals that I make. And I'm gonna dedicate my time to doing that for y'all because I want to show y'all that it's awesome, it's inexpensive, and it tastes good to eat and cook healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like the right balance of proteins, carbs, and healthy fats without having to measure without having to count calories or carbs or none of that. You just basically weigh your food because that's the only way. That's how you know how much portion you're gonna get. But it's good food. Y'all see the food I eat, man. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. So Popeyes is open on Sundays, not like that dang Chick-fil-A. Pat D's, hey, stop eating Popeyes. Holler at me, bro. I'll help you lose 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds. I'll lead the way for you. I'll lead the way for you. I think T says that she was on a program because Eric was like, did you
Yeah, no, it's
maintain the weight?
more.
Judy,
She said that she lost 80 pounds on Activia 8 years ago.
that's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, hey, it works. It works 100% of the time. And then Eric asked if she maintained it. She said for 6 years and then got lazy. And that's the thing, right? So the beauty of what I do is that it's not a diet because a diet, at the end of the day, it's like you do this and you're gonna lose weight. But then what? Right? But then what? You're gonna continue to count, eat 800 calories a day and what we do is basically you get to the healthy BMI, and once you're there, you're part of the community. Okay, and the thing is that program has changed a lot throughout the years. Now it's a lot more interactive. Now it's a lot more one-on-one. There's a lot more support, and at least my team's the bomb. My team is on our. I got clients telling me, "Yo, dude, you're too much for me. I don't think I can do this." Like, cause I'm on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to get it. You know, so at the end of the day, once you get healthy to your healthy weight, you still got your coaches. You know what I'm saying? You still got the community, and it's up to you to maintain it. Well, how do you do it? Well, by that time, you already have the mindset. You switched it. You already understand what it is to eat healthy, and you go into transition and into maintenance. So you end up maintaining your weight by still eating 6 times a day, but now instead of eating the fuels that I eat on a daily basis, some people still do it. So some people still eat the fuels because of the convenience. Like imagine you have to eat 6 times a day and you need to have a certain amount of protein, carbs, and healthy fats. Imagine having to cook for 6 times a day or prepare 6 regular meals. You can, but a lot of people are like, yo, it's inexpensive and it's convenient. Like I can take my shake with me, I can take my bar with me. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty awesome what I do. So if anybody's interested in that, holler at me. We got a pretty big team building up and pretty awesome people on the team, and I'll let them. One has already mentioned it. Jack from Locker Nuts, he's on the team. I'm coaching Jack. He starts in about a week. So Jack's gonna be losing some weight. That's gonna be awesome. He's gonna be getting healthy, and he has a big influence. And the hope is that he can influence other people to change. Because at the end of the day, that's the only reason I do it. I honestly don't know what I make as a health coach yet because I haven't looked. I haven't needed to. Thankfully, I've been blessed. But anyway, I want to send y'all a brownie. If you want a brownie, email me, comment at the bottom of this, hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, reach out to me, and I'm gonna give you a brownie. Videos coming in 2 weeks. A lot of awesome meals and just doing all that stuff. So that's what's happening. But anyway, what's up, Pat? What's up, T? What's up, Tauber's mom? What's up, Eric? See Yosa Sells. What's up, girl? What's up? We got Shayna on Facebook. What's up, Shay? I suck at this Facebook Live. I don't see anyone but me. I'm just talking to myself. Come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. Like, why are you on Facebook Live? Nobody. Like, people comment. The people are used to just commenting on Facebook and then disappearing. They think it's like a pre-recorded video or something. You got Darlene. What's up, Darlene? Pete Mancuso. What's up, Pete? Okay. They are special brownies. They're very special. You got Jody. What's up? Not that kind of special, but they're special. What's up, Jody? Yeah, I'm sending one to Sue. Hopefully, her husband eats it and is like, "Wow." Oh no, he can't have that. I'm sending you this mashed potato thing. I just made it. Yo, the mashed potato thing I learned from one of my fellow health enthusiasts. You make it in the waffle iron, it gets crispy. Then you chop it up and put it in the air fryer, and it's like thin strips. And I promise you, I just have French fries.
Hold on, say that
Like,
again.
okay, you get the mashed potato thing, Sue. You put it in the waffle iron. You chop it up so it's thin strips. You throw it in the air fryer for a few minutes, and it gets like French fries. They're French fries, yo. They're French fries. Like, I just had French fries. I didn't put ketchup on them. I could have. I got sugar-free ketchup, but I didn't do it. I try to limit my condiments. I don't like to eat extra salt and all that stuff. Jody knows. Jody knows they are amazing brownies. So I'm giving away brownies. Y'all know. So sometimes you gotta give things up to become successful. So giving up doesn't necessarily mean giving up. Giving up sometimes means reaching for success, doing whatever it takes for your well-being, adding value to your life. You need to dissect your life in a sense, right? If you're feeling stressed out, all right, and for the most part you're eating healthy and stuff, because a lot of times what we eat is what determines our stress levels, what determines the way we feel, the way we think, right? At least that's my experience. But if you're noticing you're having stress, you're depressed, there's things happening in your life, there's something in your life that's controlling that. There's something, whether it's the way you eat, whether it's your lack of exercise, maybe you're not sleeping enough, right? But sometimes it's people. Sometimes you got to give up people, right? When I was in recovery, when I came into recovery, I literally left the streets and every single person I've ever known for 3 months, all right? In those 3 months, I realized how much better my life got because the people I was surrounding myself with were like-minded people who wanted to become sober, right? And I learned that if I go back to the people I used to hang out with, that used to get high with me, the people that used to, I used to run with, my circle, you know what I'm saying? If I go back to that, that's only putting myself in a situation that's going to stop me from being sober, right? Like, the chances of me maintaining my sobriety, hanging out with the thugs I used to hang out with is 0 to none, or whatever you call it, right? So, Oscar, you have a recent experience in your life or an experience in your life that you could relate to, where you've given up so that you can move forward, and it could be anything, right? So, do you relate with that?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the best decisions that I ever made was giving up absolutely everything, for me, seeking and going to look for, the help that I needed. You know what I mean? I'm also a recovering addict, and it was something I made the decision, to just leave family, friends, leave absolutely everything, job, you know what I mean, and go into a program. Sometimes that was the best decision that I ever made in my life, because where I was then to where I'm at now, it's a it's a blessing, right? So they always said is that God takes you out of the shit that you're in and puts you where you're supposed to be. That's exactly what happened to me. This is what they told me, and that's exactly what happened, because since I made that decision, to give up everybody, give up friends, give up the circle, the people that I surrounded myself with, and even my family. I left everything I needed to leave, absolutely everything. My 5-year-old daughter, my girlfriend, because we weren't married at that time, you know what I mean, and just do me. I needed to work on myself. I needed to learn to love myself, before I can love anybody else. So I made that decision, to abandon everybody. I mean, not really abandon, but give up everything that I had, to work on myself. And that was something that was difficult. But as I said before, it's the best decision that I ever made in my life, because it's been nothing but blessings ever since. I never thought that I would see myself, where I am today. It was where I was in, I was headed nowhere really fast, And where I'm at now, I'm heading up. I'm heading up really fast and growing really fast, and doing a lot of things, and it's a blessing. So I definitely believe that you definitely have to give up a lot of things and make sacrifices, in order for you to improve, your position, your situation, improve yourself, work on yourself, get to know yourself, you know what I mean? And it takes, takes a lot of sacrifice, and it takes a lot of determination, willpower, courage, that people shouldn't, they gotta muster up, they gotta muster up that courage, and be able to make that decision, that life-changing decision, whatever it is, whether it's it's recovery, or whether it's your health, it's all about decisions. You're given, everybody's given options, you know what I mean? You have options. You're either going to do it or you're not going to do it. You're either going to move forward, or you're going to stay where you are and move sideways, but you have to make that decision. And I think that it's giving up a lot of these things that are holding you back is the best possible decision that anybody can make.
Yo, Jeff is saying that he needs some love lately. He's feeling like he's in a real dark and lonely place. Doesn't know who his real friends are. People reach out but never follow up. Feeling stuck, y'all. Listen, man, you already know where to reach me, dude. See, this is the part where I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I've told you this years ago, Jeff. And this comes from a place of love, dog. But straight up, you gotta give up. Okay, we're talking about it right now. There's something in your life you gotta give up. One of them is probably, and I'm just saying, probably your mentality. Okay, the way you look at things and the way you go about things. It takes you. You need to take that step. You need to make that action and reach out. Listen, I understand really well. I know what it feels like, dude. You know that. You know that. And it's hard. I know. I know. But it's literally one step that you take reaching out. All right. To have that little bit of courage, you already know my number. You got my number. You got me on Facebook, the whole deal, dude. Reach out to me. We talk. And we go from there. Right? We'll go from there. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
Making that phone call, Jeff. Making that phone call could be the best decision that you've ever made. I was just talking about the decision that I made 8 years ago. It was the best decision I ever made in my life. So some people, and I was just talking about mustering up the courage to make that decision. It's funny.
Yeah, and that's all it is.
The way things works.
That's all it is, right? Because I mean, honestly, I can't do nothing for anybody if they can't, attempt to, do certain things for themselves. So it's about giving up, right? Giving up that mentality of like I'm just gonna deal with it. No, man, we've been dealing with things our whole lives, and look at where we're at, right? Like it's not about just dealing with it. It's not about burying it in the past. People always talk about, leave the past in the past. Yeah, of course, leave the past in the past, but the past is going to come back to haunt you if you don't address it, right? If you just ignore it, it's going to come back and haunt you, and it's going to hit you in the face. That's the truth of reality. So you kind of almost have to dig up the past so that you can bury it. So that's why we talk about, speaking from here, telling the truth, what you thought, how you acted, how you felt, So you already know, man.
Yeah, and through that, you get to learn yourself. You start to see your faults, and when you start to dig that up and bury that, because in the past, if you try to brush the past underneath the rug, all it's gonna do, because it's there, it's gonna cause depression. You know what I mean? You're gonna have that there, and every time you think of your past, or you're reminded of your past, it's gonna put you in a dark place. It's gonna put you in a depressive state of mind. It's not until you scratch at that infection that's there and you allow it to heal properly is where your past can actually be your motivating factor in order for you to move forward in your life. You know what I mean? It's not about forgetting your past. It's being conscious of your past and accepting your past and forgiving yourself, for everything that you've gone through in your life, and then using that as, your motivation and your inspiration. I look back at my past, and I only look back for one reason. Only one reason. The only reason I look back at my past is to see how far I've come. And I use that at the fuel to keep me moving forward, as the motivation that I need in order for me to keep continuing to do what it is that I do for myself and for my family. It's the only reason that a person should look into their past. But it's true that our past is something that, it's like we were talking about. It's not something that we can give up. We can give up a lot of the things that were in our past. Our past is always going to be there. There's nothing that we can do to change it, but we can learn from it. We can transcend the emotions that we felt in our past. We can turn those experiences to something that's positive. Essentially something that is going to help us to continue to grow. But it's one of the things that cause people so much depression. The experiences that they went in your past that they still feel pain from. They feel regret, because regret is another one. You know how many people they'll downing a bottle of Jack Daniels thinking about their past. You know what I mean? They spent throughout the whole bottle. As soon as they crack the bottle to the very last drop, throughout that whole bottle, they're just thinking about their past. You know how many people they continue to drink, and it's an endless cycle because of their past.
Yep. And Beaver's unit makes a good point, right? Like, when you actually say it out loud, the secret isn't as shameful. And the regret part, that's the fear. All right. Like, you are literally in fear, right? And you're in fear, and because of your fear, you end up having regret. You end up not doing things you wish you would have done, or you end up doing things that you wish you wouldn't have done because of fear. Okay? So you end up, like he was using the example of somebody drinking an entire bottle to the last drop the whole time thinking of the past, because you don't have that. You don't use, we all have it. That's the thing. We all have courage. We all have strength. We all have wisdom. We all have all these things that we fail to use. So when you stick with the fear, and you don't have that little ounce of courage it takes to actually dig up the past so that you can bury it, it's going to come alive on its own. It's going to resurrect itself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's that fear that's stopping us. Fear is not real. Fear is not real. You can be in a life and death situation, and you're going to feel fear. But in reality, if you really think, nothing has happened yet. Mm-hmm. So what fear is this lie that our mind tells us, right or wrong. It's a lie that our mind tells us.
It's an insecurity.
Yeah. So, and to a certain degree, right? Because of course, like, you're gonna be in the woods and there's a bear, and you're gonna feel scared. Like, that's a natural reaction, and it's kind of like it could save your life, right? But if it overwhelms you, you'll make a wrong decision. You're face to face with a bear, and fear overwhelms you, and you don't summon that courage at that moment to overcome the fear, you're gonna make a wrong decision, a wrong move, and you might get eaten by the bear.
And the same thing with life. Same thing with life. That same fear, if you're unable to, you're gonna continue to crack open bottles. If you don't have the courage to actually face, that fear, you're gonna continue in the same vicious cycle. Nothing's gonna change. It's just gonna be repetitive. If you can't face your fears, you're gonna continue to live with that insecurity of not knowing what's gonna happen in your future. I mean, you're gonna know what's gonna happen. If you're unable to face your fears and then talk about your past and talk about all these things that you've experienced, it's the same thing over and over again. As they say, Albert Einstein is the one that says his definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Try something different. Give up some stuff. Give up the people from your past. You know what I mean? Give up the circles that you surrounded with. the places. You know, they've always said you need to give up your persons, your places, and your things. The same things that put you in those dark places are the things that you need to give up.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what do you want more? Do you want to continue to be living in that misery, that loneliness, that despair, that, you know what I'm saying? Or do you want to possibly, right, live something else? Because that's how it works. Change is inevitable. You're constantly changing. There's nothing you can do about change, but you do have control on whether you change for the better or change for the worse. So change is going to happen, right? So at the end of the day, we're all going to fail. Every single one of us, you are going to fail. You are going to fail. It's what you do. It's what you do after you fail. All right? It's what you do with it. And it's 100% your that's 100% your responsibility, because you're going to fail. So it's what you do with it. So if you're going to fail, what?
No, I was going to point out Eric's comment says the pain of staying the same must become greater than the pain of change. And that's when people reach that breaking point, right? That they can no longer live with that pain, right? When they reach to that point that they have no choice, but they're faced with that decision, you know, that they have to go through the pain of change, you know, so that they don't continue living with that the pain of that they were living for X amount of years.
Yeah, and Chrissy's Reef says, I think people are afraid of being judged if they talk about certain things. Of course. That's pride.
Mm-hmm.
That is insecurity. Insecurity stems from pride. You know the thing. And like, it's awesome to be conscious of that. So it's not about, you know, knowing all the things that are wrong with you. It's about being conscious that you have these things so that you can mold your future. You can make the steps so you can see things coming, so you can understand what you're going through, so you can have peace, right? Because just like you're prideful, right? I love it when someone tells me I'm not prideful. Like, okay. Just as you got pride, you got humility. You know? Where is it at though? Like, which one is outweighing which one?
Yeah, which is the dominant trait, you know?
Yeah. And are you conscious of it? Right? Because most of us, at least me, for 30 years of my life, okay, I was unconscious of my pride. I was unconscious of my humility. I didn't know the good and bad that I actually possessed, and how I use those things naturally without thinking, without consciousness. It was something I acted upon, right? So becoming conscious of those things will ultimately help you. So like, look at me. I feel great. I'm smiling, and I realize that I'm a prideful person. It does not bother me because I'm also a humble person, right? It doesn't bother me. So, you know, if I tell someone they're prideful right now, they will be offended. And you know why? Check this out. If I call someone prideful right now, they will be offended. And do you know why? Because of pride. The same thing. They will be offended because of the pride that they possess. If you 4 years ago, if you told me I was prideful, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, right? I didn't like it. Now you tell me I'm prideful, I'm like, yeah, there's time. I admit when I'm wrong. I've done it recently, like a lot of times. I've admitted where I was wrong because I was conscious that I was acting out of pride, right? So I've been man enough to be like, hey, look, you know, forgive me for doing this and that. I was being prideful, and that's it. And then the relationship just kept growing from there, right? Like everything was good. right? Because I was able to find the humility to admit that, you know. Hey Irene, thank you. I do look happy. What's up, Nikki? What's up, girl? What's up, Maria? Maria. She remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem. She living the life just like a movie star. Oh, I just got demonetized.
Copyright strike.
It's okay. It won't be the first time. Boatman, what's up? Myra, what is up, Myra? So yeah, you guys get like, you know, this was great. Like you guys were giving comments and thoughts and opinions and facts, right? Let's see what Virginia said. Virginia says, I pick myself up and dust myself off. Change makes me a better person. Yes. You know what people are most afraid of change?
Yeah.
That's incredible to me. And we're most afraid of change. We love to be comfortable.
Yeah, it's because of our instincts, security. We like to be in that same place that we are. You know what I mean? We like to change is something that's scary for a lot of people because of the fear of not knowing what's going to happen. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes people are afraid to ask questions because of the answer. And to me, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So why would you not want to ask a question because of the answer? It's like you're afraid to hear no, right? Or you're afraid to hear what you don't want to hear. Or are you afraid to hear your truth? You know what I mean? So a lot of people are afraid, you know, not knowing the answers are to some questions or what the outcome of something could be. You know, some people get too comfortable, you know, and you know, sometimes change is what they really need, you know.
Yeah. Oh, Darlene just brought up a big one, but wait,
I'm a big believer in changing and being trying to be a better person every day than you were that day. I mean, I've said it on the show a million times. You know, I try to be a better person tomorrow than I am today. You know, and that continues. That's going to continue. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the same person. It's all about growth. You know what I mean? And then change is very important for growth.
Yeah. Yeah, in my opinion, there's things that are out of your control, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So many things that are out of your control. So why did we and why do we choose to focus on the things that are out of our control, right? Let's focus on the things better that we can control, right? For me, the example was my eating habits. I not only could I control it, I did control it, right? I did make that change for the better, right? And so far, so good. Thankfully, so far, so good. So, you know, there's things that are out of my control. You know, I can't control the weather. Like, am I gonna get mad because it rains? No. Instead, I'm gonna be like, awesome. You know, the grass need water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to jump in the hot tub while it rains. So I'm waiting for that day. You know, it's about looking at the bright side of things, but giving up the things that are holding you back. What is holding you back? If anybody in the chat, what's up, Lisa? Boss lady. If there's anybody in the chat that is willing to say, that could just be honest for a second, you don't have to, but it's something I want to ask to see if anybody's willing to say, hey, look, what is one thing that you think is holding you back from living a happy and purposeful life in your life, whatever that may be, whether it's financially, right? What's holding you back? Is it your own laziness? You know what I'm saying? Like, look, check this out. Where's it at? I think it was Darlene said it. There it is. Oh yeah, look, it's on the screen. Darlene said, my issue is I'm a procrastinator. I get scared to find out what the outcome. Okay. I'd rather have truth. That could be fear of failure, but procrastination is just laziness. Now, laziness could stem from fear. Okay, procrastination is laziness. Point blank. Period. Right? Oh, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. Why not do it now? Right? I've been there. I know. I know. But put that. Think about it. Procrastination. You're waiting to do something later that you can do right now. Instead, you choose to do something else. So maybe that thing that you chose to do versus the thing that you want to do, like the thing that's going to push you forward, maybe the thing you chose to do is watch TV instead of list, right? That's called procrastination. That's laziness.
Mhm.
Laziness isn't necessarily physical.
Mental.
It could be 100% mental.
And that's
Okay.
when you know
It
that
could be,
it could also come from, I mean, it's not just, from the fear. So once you know that you have a more advanced case of this mental laziness, it's a straight up defective character called sloth. You know what I mean? That consumes people completely, which to a degree, they're unable to function, in their life. They become antisocial, they separate themselves, they close themselves off from everybody, in more advanced cases. You know. But it takes a person to recognize these faults in order to be able to overcome. So if you're able to recognize that you're procrastinating and you're conscious that you're procrastinating on getting things done, I mean, you already know what the problem is. It's all a matter of, now you know what the problem is. You're able to recognize that. You're able to take steps in order to correct it. So, and once and you're able to see that it's all mental, because the moment that you begin to go against that laziness or go against that procrastinating, you'll see that once you get started, you'll notice that shit, it was all 100% pure mental. Because once you get into that habit of actually going against that procrastinating, you'll see that you're already working on that part of yourself. And it gets easier and easier and easier until procrastination is no longer a factor that's affecting you, that you're able to work on something else. But it's creating those habits. You know what I mean? You see that there's a problem. If you know that you're arrogant, you're prideful, that you're lazy, that you're dishonest. If you're conscious of these things, you're able to actually begin to work on them and change them.
yep. It's exactly what it is, man. And I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you. You know, now other people might see it differently, but at the end of the day, I agree with you because I've experienced it and I know what that means. I know what it is to take that action, right? Because at the end of the day, laziness, the opposite of it is diligence. Um, so diligence is action, right? So you gotta take action, you know. So there's all these things that when you discover them, you're conscious about them. You're conscious about everything about yourself. You know, you're able to take those actions and ultimately lead you towards success. Because at the end of the day, you know, what's holding you back? Sometimes it's nothing outside of you and it's all inside of you. It's all you. Sometimes the only thing holding you back is you, right? Sometimes the things you got to give up are your perception, the ideas that you've had, right? For example, me, diets, right? I used to go to UFC gym. I took boxing classes. I wanted to be a UFC fighter. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was working out. I was eating healthy. I was doing macros, counting proteins, carbs, all these things. And I really thought that that's the way it was. And that's what I had to do. So when I started doing this plan that I'm on now, I consciously, because of my recovery, thankfully, I had this already mindset. My mindset was, if I'm going to do this, I need to come at this with an open mind. Everything and anything that I've learned prior to this about physical health, about health conditions, about diets, about whatever, I need to forget that stuff. And I need to, so that I can listen to the people who came ahead of me, the people who came before me, right? And I still struggle with that. But the fact that I'm conscious about it, I'm able to notice when I'm being ego, I'm letting my pride and my ego take effect, or I'm letting anger bother me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting mad over stupid little things, because things don't go my way, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I've been able to be conscious of like, okay, no, you know what? I'm wrong. Let me listen. Let me listen, And sure enough, yesterday, for example, I took the advice of one of my coaches, okay? And I was, while she's giving me the advice, I was judging her advice mentally. I was telling myself she doesn't know what she's talking about. I was telling myself she doesn't get me. I was telling myself all these things, trying to block out the advice that she was giving me. She was offering me free advice, right? And since I was able to recognize that I wasn't trying to listen to her, all right, I said, hold on. Let me listen for 1 second. Okay, I passed her advice through my head again. I'm like, it makes sense, you know. She makes sense. So I applied her advice, and by doing so, there's another person now who's gonna starting to get their health together, who's gonna be able to get, who's gonna have this opportunity of a new life, dude. You know what I'm saying? So if I didn't, who knows how it would have went? Maybe if I did it my way, it would have still worked out, and I would have still been able to help them. But that's not the point. The point is, I recognized that I was being prideful. I recognized that I thought I knew better, right? And I said, let me humble myself and let me listen. Let me open my mind so maybe I can learn from the advice she's giving me. Because if you don't open your mind to it, we're talking here right now, and if your mind is at any way, shape, or form just closed just a little bit, none of this information is gonna help you. None of what we talk about is gonna help you. You literally have to have an open mind, right? It's like it says in the literature in the 12 steps, right? It talks about the don't worry about the what came first, the chicken or the egg. It's a waste of time. It's but no, but I already know because I did this and that. No, but you did that, but where are you at right now? Like, okay, so but you're here and you're looking for help. Or you're here and you're not happy with where your life is at. But right? So let's stop the debate, right? Let's open our minds. Let's listen to somebody else's advice for once. And let's take into consideration what they're telling us. That's what it's about. It's not forcefully telling you things or listening to someone else. No, just take it into consideration, right? My Beaver's unit says you have a good beard, Regiment.
Oh, thank you, my Beavers unit.
Bearded Beavers for life. Let's see what Lisa says here. Lisa says, create and form new habits. Small changes lead to big differences. Facts. I agree with that. I agree with that. Eric says, I think few people tried till you slow down. I think few people try. I don't know. He was talking to Sue, so maybe I missed. I always go from down to up, which is a bad practice of mine. Because then I like read conversations backwards.
Yeah, you read the answer and then the question.
Yeah. Let's see what Darlene says. She says, I have been letting things go a lot better than I was a year ago. I keep pushing through things little by little. Rome wasn't built in one day. Great example. Okay. Today I made a decision just out of nowhere to stop drinking coffee. Out of nowhere. I don't drink as much coffee as I used to. I've already switched to black. So I've been drinking black coffee for a couple weeks or whatever. But now I'm so energized and busy, I'm not even drinking coffee. So I'll take a sip of my coffee in the morning. And the only reason I even make that cup of coffee is because it's a habit that I've had for so long. So all I have to do is stop that habit and I can stop drinking coffee. Coffee is actually good for you. Here's a fun fact. coffee is actually good for you as long as you don't put anything in it. You don't mess with the health benefits. So coffee has health benefits, and once you put creamer or sugar or anything else in it, you mess up the health benefits. So
Yeah.
I've been drinking my coffee. I've been feeling great, and today I said, you know what? I want whiter teeth. I want to make an appointment with a dentist. I want my teeth to get, shiny and good. I already have good teeth. They're just stained from years of neglect, right? Coffee, cigarettes, weed smoke. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole bunch of years of crap. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate to still have teeth, so I want to keep them, and that's the mental health part. Because look, if you look at my before pictures, like I didn't think a year ago that I was gonna be having before and after pictures, so I didn't take a picture of me looking sick. Like, dude, I looked sick naturally. I thought I looked good, but I looked extremely sick, right? And you know what made it worse was I didn't care about my appearance because of how poorly I thought about myself. As much as I expressed all these great things, there was always something inside of me that knew that I was being hypocritical, that I wasn't being 100% honest. And one of those things that I wasn't honest about was how I truly felt about myself, how I saw myself, my ego. I was never a couple years ago I started just denying everything about myself. Started mistreating myself. And I stopped caring for myself. Like I wouldn't cut my hair, like just poor hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you just lose that love for yourself. And ever since I fell in love with myself a few months ago. Like 2, 3 months ago, I fell in love with myself. Right? Like to fall in love with yourself, love being an action, to love yourself, to do things for yourself that are healthy, to eat right, to sleep better, to build good relationships with people, to you know building goals, dreams, going after them, getting up early, all these things are acts of love to myself, right? Because now I'm in love with myself, and I realized it, and then the thought came to my head. I said, "Man, how come everybody that's single, or not everybody, but you always hear single people saying, 'I wish I could find somebody that just loves me.'" You know, well, like I don't know why, but the thought came in my head, and I said, "But that's a wrong. No, that's not. I don't want that. I don't want someone that loves me. I want somebody that loves themselves the way I love me." You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to love themselves, that loves themselves as in the same way that I love myself, because if they love themselves the way I love myself, then I know that their love is real. Somebody that will have the understanding that, yo, we're together, but we got goals, we got dreams, and we're gonna help each other get there. And we're not gonna feel like just because you're working on things, you're trying to better yourself, that you're not paying attention to me. That's not love. That's dependency. That's emotional dependence. A lot of people have this misconstrued perception of what love is. Love is not an emotion. If you feel something, you feel sad, you feel heartbroken, that is not love. The fact that we equate that to being love is a deformity of what love really is. Love is an action. You can 100% love an enemy. You can 100% love somebody who did you wrong, somebody who lied to you, somebody who hurt you, in the same way that you can love somebody who makes you happy, somebody who makes you smile, somebody who does nice things for you. Love is an action versus hate. Hate. Hate is the opposite of that action. Talking about them, doing things to try to get under their skin or hurt them, right? That's hate. Love is, even if you did me wrong, I'm still going to show you love, right? That's love. And when you love yourself enough, there's no amount of haters, there's no amount of enemies, there's no amount of people who want to see you fail. There's no amount of negativity in your life that can take that away from you if you continue to just love yourself. I told a friend the other night, you have a garden and it's up to you. Do you want to water your weeds or you want to water your flowers? Stop putting time into things that are not adding value to your life. Instead of watering the weeds, cut them out. Your life will be better because of it. Instead, water your flowers. Spend time on things that are going to add value to you. And I'm going to be 100% honest, and I'm sorry if it offends anyone here, but the fact of the matter is I haven't been in live chats as much. I jump in whenever I have a 5-minute break to say what's up because I genuinely love y'all, right? I genuinely want y'all to be successful and be happy. Like, this is why we do this show. But I'm not going to spend my time wasting it when I have things that I feel can add more value to my life. So I'm just not in that many live chats anymore. I'm not staying up super late on a show because it's fun. I mean, I enjoy the company. I enjoy the time. I love people, but I have something that's so much greater that 5 years from now, we might not even interact anymore, but I'm going to be somewhere where I'm helping people and I have big dreams. And I'm not going to spend time watering weeds when I can water my flowers. Because if I handed you a bouquet of weeds, would you smile or would you think, yo, this dude's a jerk? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying not to cuss. I'm doing my best. Okay, I'm doing my best. Or if I hand you a bouquet of flowers, would that make you smile? So would you rather I concentrate on watering my flowers so I can one day give you flowers, or would you rather I concentrate on watering my weeds so one day I give you weeds? So that's where I'm at with my life, and that's why I'm, so driven and I finally found purpose. And so water your flowers, people. Give up the things that you need to give up in your life. Okay, whatever it is, whatever the cost. Because as long as it's not hurting anyone, actually hurting someone, you give it up, right? It's your life. We talked about regret. Do you want to be 90 years old if you make it that far and wonder to yourself, what if? Or having some sort of regret over something that you did. Give up the things that you know are holding you back from achieving whatever it is. And sometimes it's you. Sometimes you got to give up your own mentality. Sometimes you got to give up your own point of view. I've had to do that. As much as I talk about things that I feel is right, sometimes I have to bite my tongue and realize that I was wrong. And I have to give up mentalities that I've had and ideas that I've had so I can progress in life and water my flowers. So with that being said, listen, everybody, we love y'all, right? It's always love. So if you guys got something out of this, awesome. If you could share this, we want to get as many people in here as possible. This will grow because we're going to be watering this and we're going to be pulling out weeds. Okay. We're going to focus on our garden, and we want y'all to be the flowers, man. We want, what I'm saying? So share this with the world. Tell people what we're talking about. If you know anybody that's on your heart, pray for them. Pray for a friend of mine. Her name is April. She's kind of sick right now in the hospital. I'm not going to go into any details, but if you can, say a prayer for her. She's going through some things and there's no answers yet right now. But pray for somebody. All right. And we love y'all. Next week, 9 p.m. Eastern, whether there's a Mayweather or Logan Paul fight or not, we're gonna be here, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. And don't forget, you could be good, you could be bad, and still be good. So be good or be good at it. Peace, money, love, and Oscar. What's up with the Wednesday show?
Wednesday show on Michael's channel, The Thrifting Goomba. Check us out at 10 p.m. That's another reselling show. And then we'll be back here on Saturday. Continuation of what we've been talking about. We've been talking about for the past couple shows. So see you next Saturday. Have a good night. Hope you guys have
Sunday.
Sunday. Sorry, Sunday. Still getting used to it. Hope you guys have an amazing week.
Yeah, love y'all.